Hi folks, sorry, I just made myself a cup of tea. I've been a bit rushed tonight, and if you're expecting another topic, I apologise again because I got a bit muddled up with my posting, but not sorry. I'm Kath from the Cheapskates Club. The voice and the hand you see over here on my left is my darling daughter Hannah, and she'll be looking after comments and stuff. If you're new to our channel, welcome. We get lots of new people all the time, which is really nice. I see them come through in the comments after the show. I try and read the comments. That's really good. If you have a question tonight, if you could post it in the chat, in the live chat, just put it in capitals, in uppercase, so that we can tell that it's a question, and Hannah will let me know and I'll do my best to answer it for you. But tonight I'm going to talk about how you can clean your house from top to bottom, from cornices to skirting boards and the floors, for around $20 a year. Because we Australians, and I guess everybody in the Western world, spends so much money on cleaning products. And apart from the fact that we have toilet cleaner, a bath cleaner, a shower cleaner, a floor cleaner, a window cleaner, an all-purpose cleaner, an oven cleaner, a sink cleaner, carpet cleaners, cleaners that will do walls and said skirting boards and doors and things that are all marketed as individual products. If you read the ingredients, they're all pretty much the same thing. We're just buying can after can or bottle after bottle or tube after tube of the same stuff with a different name and a different price. Some of the prices are outrageous. I just did a quick squiz on Coles and I haven't compared Woolies, but they're pretty much around the same. So there's this product for cleaning fridges or deodorizing fridges. It's comes in a 500 ml bottle, $4.75. Good old Nifty. Now, Nifty's been around for a gazillion years. I remember my mum using Nifty. My dad used Nifty out in the shed to clean things in the garage. So good old Nifty is $4.40 a 500 ml bottle, so that's $8.80 a litre. A glass cleaner, windows and glass cleaner. So I checked the price of Ajax. It's $6 a litre or $3 a 500 ml bottle. Now, we have 26 floor-to-ceiling windows, more, 30 floor-to-ceiling windows in our house. One bottle would not do the inside of all those windows. So I would need at least 2 bottles every time I cleaned the windows. Gets a bit expensive. Then there was shower cleaner, because everyone panics about cleaning the shower. So Exit Mold is $6.70 a 500 ml bottle. Now, that in theory should last a couple of cleans, but we're all guilty of it. We go and a couple more for good measure, and often use far more than we need to. It's $6.70 a 500 ml bottle. And then to clean the toilet, good old Harpic, which again has been around since I remember Harpic when I was a little girl. So it's been on the market for a long time. I guess it has been modernised over those years. But it's $5 a 700 ml bottle. So that's around $7.10 a litre. Now, if you go squish around under the rim like you're supposed to, it should last a while. But who goes and just think, again, we're guilty of that. It doesn't look enough. We'll give it another go and use more than we should have. All those things cost a lot of money. And then there's all the other cleaners, the cleaners for vinyl floors, the cleaners for floorboards, the cleaners for bench tops, the cleaners for the oven, the stove, the range hood, all those things. If you have stainless steel appliances, there are stainless steel cleaners. They all add up to thousands of dollars a year, thousands of dollars a year. And that's without going into the laundry for the washing powder, the fabric softeners, the stain removers and the soakers, which can easily add another $1,000 a year to your bill. So if you're wondering why you're struggling with your shopping bill, perhaps it's because of the cleaners you're using. It's quite depressing when you think about it, but here's the cheery thought. When you clean the Cheapskates, mate, you're cleaning with minimal, sorry folks, minimal commercial products. In fact, I don't use any, and they cost me under $20 a year to keep our home clean. And there are times when it looks like a bomb's gone off, because none of us are very good at putting things away when we're finished with them. We tend to put them down and walk off, and just, but it gets cleaned. And if you followed my cleaning routine, I do clean from Monday through Friday, and every room in our house is cleaned from the corners to the floor every week. So, all with homemade or mood cleaning products. The let's see who's on. Oh, lots of people. Kath, hi Kath, Suzanne, Jules, Maureen, Freya, Annette. Saw your videos, guys. Annie's home, has a lovely YouTube channel, and it's just getting started with that. Narelle, Katrina, Margarita, Leah, Lynette, Rosalie, Sam, Merrill, Karen. Hi, Karen. Folks, I have to say a big thank you to Karen. She did a huge favour for me on Friday, and it worked out beautifully. And she went above and beyond friendship or anything else to organise a comfort wheelchair for Mum. So much appreciated, Karen, and it's perfect. Glenys, Lorraine, Karen T, Julie, Tanya, Priya, and beautiful. Barbara, Kelly, Nola. Okay, Annette, yes, my laundry detergent is suitable for sensitive skin. Okay, we'll skip straight to the washing powder. Cheapskates washing powder came about because I used to make the gloop. It was called gloop, and it was a recipe I found. I don't know where I really found it from. I think it originally came via a playgroup newsletter passed down around the playgroups, and it was for this big bucket of this gunk, this gel stuff. And I started making it, of course, after disaster struck, and then I had the boys, both toddlers, and at the time we hadn't renovated our house, and so the laundry was still outside, and I'd make this stuff in, I had a spare nappy bucket in a, you know, those big 20-litre nappy buckets with a lid, which is fine, but it weighed a ton. So I just sat it on the floor in the laundry. But of course, if I was inside and two little boys were outside and it was there, they played in it twice. We had the cleanest laundry in Australia for months because that stuff, they just, the first time I went out and they were covered in it. They were like little, I don't know what, monsters. They were all covered in this stuff, and it was on the floor and a washing machine and the laundry sink and the walls and the door, down the step and down the ramp. It was on the veranda. It was everywhere. It took days to clean that stuff up. And I've told you before, but I am a bit of a slow learner, so I put it down to my negligence, made another batch, and for a few weeks it was fine, except that one day I could hear them giggling and I popped my head around the door again and they were into it again, and I just about cried. So like I said, it took days to clean up. It cleaned, the laundry was spotless, but oh my goodness, what a mess it made. And that got me thinking about how I could still save money on washing powders without having to make up the gloop. So it took me probably 3 or 4 goes of experimenting with the ingredients and the quantities and stuff before I came up with the Cheapskates washing powder. And that's 1 bar of laundry soap, 1 cup of washing soda, and 1/2 cup of borax. And the recipe is on the Cheapskates Club website. So if you go to the website, just type in Cheapskates washing powder, it will come up in the search and it's there for you. That was a lifesaver to me. It costs under $1 to make a batch, and it lasted me months because you only use, depending on your washing machine, if it's a really big top loader, 3 teaspoons, 3 level teaspoons. If you've got a front loader, you can try 1 to 2 level teaspoons, depending on how big it is, but it doesn't cost much. It costs around 1/2 cent a teaspoon. So, 1.5 cents per load to do washing was back then it was amazing. Today it's even better. So it saves us a lot of money. So it is good for sensitive skin. We all have skin issues. Hannah and AJ suffer terribly with eczema. I get dermatitis from different things, different odd things that come through. Thomas gets dry, itchy skin that really is annoying. It doesn't affect any of us. So it works really well. And it's easy to make. So, and very, very inexpensive.
What soap do you find the best to use in?
I just use Coles Savings brand laundry soap. It's about $2.10 for the 4 bars now. It's like it's proper laundry soap. It's rock hard and yellow. And I grate it. I use the zester side. If you watch the video, it'll show you I just use the zester side of the grater so that it's a really fine powder. Stir in the borax, stir in the washing soda, job done. And in fact, I don't even actually stir it because I put the borax and the washing powder into my washing powder tin, tip the grated soap in on top, put the lid on and just shake it up till it's all mixed up. So it's really easy. Now, if you think the grating is going to be too hard on you, and I don't find it difficult, I usually do 4 bars at a time because I'll do a quadruple batch and fill my tin right up. So I just use my big Pyrex bowl, put the grater in that, and just usually sit and watch the news or something while I'm doing it. And it just gets done. It doesn't take long. It takes less than 5 minutes to make a batch of laundry powder. Now, if you have a grater on your food processor, you can use that to grate the soap, but don't press down very hard. It's very hard soap. You just need to press gently. Otherwise, you will break the grater attachment on your food processor. Or you can put it into a blender, just bang it in with a hammer into chunks and put it into the bowl and whiz it round like you would if you were chopping carrots or something. And it will make a dreadful noise because it's hard soap. So it's going to go clang, 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 bang, 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 and make a terrible noise, but it will be all right. And yes, it is safe to use it in your food processor. It's soap. You're going to wash the food processor and the blade and the lid before you use it for chopping onions or something, so it will be fine. You don't need a separate grater or a separate food processor at all. Okay. And it's really nice to see you. Hi, Barb. Yes, Barb's asking about dressing gowns and bed jackets for Mum. I was asking about them last week. Yes, problem solved. I've got some really nice soft flannelette pajama tops. They're just pretty pink. One's pretty pink, one's pretty blue. They've got flowers on them. So that's all she needs. And they're easy to launder too. So, and because they're quite big and roomy, it's not so hard to get her arms in and out of them. Okay, Katrina, do I recommend a wet cloth for going over dust. I recommend dusting regularly, and then you won't need a wet cloth. How's that? I dust. Our living areas get dusted Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Bedrooms only get done once a week. I've never been a fan of damp dusting because it just, if you've got polished wood, it dulls the polish. If you've got laminates, it leaves streaks. You've still got to go over it. So I just dry dust with a microfiber cloth. Okay. Microplane, yeah, like a zester. Perfect, Suzanne. Yep, Priya, that's right. If you smash the soap with a hammer or something solid and break it into chunks, it will go through your food processor quite easily. It will take a while to turn into a powder. Mine, when I make it, it is a powder. It's not chunky at all. It is a powder, which is why I like the zester of the grater. No problem, Barb. Hi, Joe. Okay. All right. So I don't have a lot of cleaning products. Now, you know I use my own washing powder and I use Miracle Spray. And again, you can find the video for Miracle Spray, or you can find, if you go to the Cheapskates Club website, it's type in Miracle Spray and it will come up. So my cleaning stockpile consists of laundry soap, washing soda, borax, bicarb soda, vinegar, white vinegar, and then I have eucalyptus oil and lavender essential oils. That's the basics, and those things will clean our entire home and your entire home. It's just how you use them. And they'll do everything from painted surfaces to your toilet, to your shower, to your oven, cooktop, all sorts. But just about anything you've got can be cleaned with those products. So they don't cost a lot, and they all last a long time because you don't need to use a lot of them when you're cleaning. Now, I have a recipe for a shower cleaner that we call super strength shower cleaner, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about it, mentioned it before, but it's simply equal parts dishwashing detergent, full strength dishwashing detergent, and vinegar. And it helps if you warm the vinegar before you add the dishwashing detergent. It just helps it emulsify better. Now that is super strength. So in the instructions on that, I've said to use it sparingly, and I mean sparingly. You put it in a spray bottle and turn it to mist and go squirt. And that should be enough to clean one wall of your shower. It's really strong. Rub it over with a wet cloth. You'll see it bubble up. If you have trouble rinsing it off, you've used too much. Now, I had a lady tell me that she squirted it all over her shower, and then it took her hours to get the bubbles off, and she hated it. Well, what part of sparingly means squirt it all over your shower? She used just about the whole quantity, the whole 2 cups on the one shower. That should last for a year. You just use one squirt. So it works really well though, and it's brilliant for lifting soap scum. So, okay. All right, Priya wants to know how I clean the oven. Often, because the more often you do it, the easier it is. And it just means wiping it out after I've used it. Now, I've told you before that when I'm roasting meats, I put them in an oven bag because I don't like cleaning the oven. I hate cleaning the oven. So any meats go into an oven bag. Not so much the veggies. They will go into a tray with a little oil, and that's fine. Cakes and things are fine. But meats, because they spatter and give off the fat, go into an oven bag. Now, I buy Coles Savings brand oven bags. I don't know if there's any in that drawer, are they? Have I moved them? when I can get them. If I can't get them, I buy the Aldi oven bags. They're not as cheap as the Coles ones were. They're bigger. But, you know, it costs about $5 for a year's worth of oven bags for a roast. So to me, for my sanity, that's worth $5 well spent. Otherwise, it's rubber gloves, a steel scrub bud, and dishwashing detergent to clean the oven. But wiping it out after every time I've used it, wait till it cools a bit and then just use a damp cloth to wipe it out, keeps it spotless. To do the racks, I sit them in the laundry sink, fill it up with hot water, and I put dishwasher powder, dissolved dishwasher powder in it. It's probably about 1/4 cup of dishwasher powder in the laundry sink. Put the racks in, let them sit in the really hot water, no cold water, just straight hot water, let them sit, and then I just wipe them over with a microfiber cloth, and they come out sparkling too. So they're easy to do. I don't mind doing the racks, but I hate scrubbing the walls and the roof, especially of the oven.
Meryl would like to know, because she has dark quarry tile floors from the 80s. They go cloudy with most cleaners. Any ideas?
Perhaps just hot water and vinegar. Just really hot water, as hot as comes out of the tap, and white vinegar. And don't, I guess most people, you probably know this, but don't soak your tiles. So you're almost damp mopping tiles. You don't actually get them really wet. A steam mop would be good, but they're expensive if you've got to buy one.
Get them from Aldi, they're $40.
But yeah, white vinegar in really hot water, so hot that it almost acts like the steam mop, so that you mop and it's evaporating as you go, so that you don't have to dry it. You don't want your tiles to be soaking wet. That, if you mop your tiled floors and they're wet, that helps the grout to discolor too. So try that. I just use vinegar. I just use straight vinegar and water on our floors, on our hard floors. If there's anything stubborn, like sometimes someone comes in with runners on, doesn't take their shoes off at the door and comes in, and you get those streaks, those black streaks, and you have to get down and scrub those off. But a bit of vinegar and a microfiber cloth and they just wipe off. Or eucalyptus oil and microfiber cloth and they will wipe off easily for you.
Lynette would like to know, does the shower cleaner clean mold in showers as well?
Yes, Lynette, the super strength shower cleaner, because of the vinegar in it, works two ways. It cleans your shower, but the dishwashing detergent in it will help to lift the soap scum, so that gets rid of that, and the vinegar in it will work on the mold and mildew and lift that and help it not to come back, stop it from coming back. Now, if you don't want it, you get your shower clean and you want to keep it clean without having to scrub it again, the trick is to dry it after every shower. I use the bath mat in our bathroom. Wayne has his shower in the morning. I have mine. Once I'm dried, I just turn around and I use the bath mat to dry the doors, the walls, the floor, and then spritz it with straight white vinegar, and it will evaporate. It dries really quickly, and we don't have, please don't think our shower's filthy, because it's not, but I haven't had to scrub the shower since we had it redone 7 years ago. We had the shower redone 7 years ago in the ensuite. It does get cleaned though. On a Tuesday, I give it a squirt with Miracle Spray and just wipe it over. But otherwise, we dry it. And that's absolutely the easiest way to keep your shower clean, is to get everyone in the habit of drying it when they've had their shower. So as I said, we use the bath mat, and then I just hang it up and it dries so it's ready for the next morning, and then it gets tossed in the wash. But that's the easiest way. Now, even old tiles will come back to life with the super strength shower cleaner, and once they're clean, if you dry them and then spritz them, they'll stay clean.
Priya wants to know if you can show the oven bags as she couldn't find them in Coles last
Oh,
time.
they're just in that drawer. Are you able to?
No, stop.
Hang on, just excuse me one moment, folks. Oven bags. And have I got
Yeah. On the side.
that one? So the LD one?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Coles oven bags. Oh, these are Aldi Goliath brand, and they say turkey, so they're really big bags. I just pick those up when I see them. They're great. They're really, really good. Can you see that? I can't see because I've got my notes in front of me.
Yeah.
There we go. Up a bit and down a bit. There we go. Really easy. That's them. Now, Coles's, they used to be with all the lunch wraps and stuff like that, but they're moving stuff around all the time. So, but what I usually do is they're a once a year buy for me. I usually buy 5 packets, I think. At the beginning of the year, that's enough for the year. It works. They're really good. Okay. Hi, Diana. Right. Steel wool. Leave there for at least minutes. You drown in there and steel wool. Cool. Okay, so cleaning doesn't have to cost a fortune.
Priya wants to know if she can reuse the oven bags.
No. Sorry, Priya.
Reusable oven bags.
We maybe could invent reusable oven bags, but not tonight. No. They become very brittle after they've been in the oven, and they tear quite easily. So it's I wouldn't even try. And honestly, they're like, I don't know, 10 cents each, 8 cents each or something. So I don't mind putting them in the bin. Okay. All right, now, sorry, back to my notes. So we've got the white vinegar, bicarb, eucalyptus or lavender oil. I have both. It depends on what I'm doing. Borax, washing soda, and the laundry soap. Make just about everything. So we've covered, if you throw in dishwashing detergent, you can make super strength shower cleaner. You can make washing powder. You can do your miracle spray. Then to clean windows and mirrors, seriously, you don't need anything. Any product, you need 2 glass microfiber cloths. I have 1 damp and 1 dry. I wash with the damp one, dry with the dry one. Job done. We don't need to use a window cleaner at all. And if you have a humidity problem, and sometimes the windows get little specks of mildew on them, especially coming out for winter here in Victoria, that might happen if you have, oh, there goes Hannah's phone. They come off with the microfiber cloths. Now, my microfiber cloths all came from Cheapest Chips, the Reject Shop, Crazy Clint's when it was around, $2 shops. They all came from there. I don't buy expensive ones. My favourite brand is really hard to get here in Australia now, and that's Mr. Clean. Those microfiber cloths were brilliant, and I have 1 bathroom cloth left that I'm nursing along. It actually has a little hole in it, and I'm trying to figure out whether I should darn it or not because I don't want to get rid of the cloth. I've never paid more than $2 for a microfiber cloth, and I don't think I ever will, but they're brilliant, and I really enjoy them because they just make cleaning easy. Now, if you have a glass cloth, and here's a tip, especially for your showers. If you're cleaning a shower with a microfiber cloth and it's hard and you can feel it gripping, then you know that there's still whatever, soap scum or hard water or whatever, on the glass or the tiles or the floor to be removed. As soon as that cloth slides across easily, you'll know that that area is clean. So when your microfiber cloth is gripping, you still need to keep polishing, rubbing, scrubbing, whatever, as soon as it starts sliding, that's when it's clean and you can stop because you've done the job, and so is the cloth. So that's just something to throw into the mix. Right. Yeah, so if we have those things in our home, you can clean drains, you can clean your floors, you can clean your carpet with bicarb, very light sprinkle of bicarb, and a very light sprinkle of bicarb, and a soft broom to brush it into your carpet. Let it sit for half an hour and vacuum it up. Will freshen up your carpet, and it should lift any surface dirt and stains out of it. If you have a heavy stain on your carpet, try a little miracle spray on a cloth, squirt it onto the cloth, then dab it onto the stain. And I mean dab, don't rub. When you rub your carpet, you are going to cause what is called felting or pilling, and it will make the fibers really, really fluffy and ugly, and you will see the spot you've scrubbed. So dab. It's a bit of a pain in the, yeah, dab, dab, dab. What is it? That, like Brill cream, you know, a little dab will do you. So just keep dabbing. And as you need, as the cloth gets dirty, just switch to a clean area on the cloth until the stain's gone. Right. Okay, Kelly, yes. Outside, for the outside windows, I use a squirt of dishwashing liquid, a squirt of or a slurp of vinegar, and really hot water, and my soft broom to clean the windows. And I'm usually doing the scrubbing with the broom as Wayne follows along behind me with the hose to rinse it off. And we can do the outside windows in about half an hour if we do it together on a nice day when it's not too hot, not too cold, don't want streaks, bit fussy about the windows, but that works for me. Priya, yes, water and vinegar, microfiber cloth, perfect. Annette, homemade air freshener. Could be, there is a recipe on the website for homemade air freshener. There's a lavender one, and it's simply a mix of water, rubbing alcohol, and lavender essential oil. Just a few drops of essential oil. You need the alcohol to hold the oil and the water so that it sprays properly. Don't spray it directly onto curtains or furniture or anything, of course. Just spray it into the air and it will work. Yeah. So now I've lost my notes. Sorry, folks. Here we go again. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm reading my notes. I figured out how to put them up here so I can see them, but I can't see you and see them at the same time. Oh, dear, oh dear. One of these days I'll get the hang of this. Okay. Oh, drain cleaner. Okay, drains. Bicarb soda down your drain. Now I do this to the kitchen and the bathrooms maybe 2 or 3 times a year because we're a bit fussy about what goes down the drain, so they don't clog up really. But bicarb soda down the drain, vinegar on top of the bicarb, put the plug in and let it fizz away. Then when it stopped fizzing, and you'll see because bubbles will come out from where the plug is, boiling water straight down should help clear and unclog any greasy, fatty clogs. To stop in the kitchen, use one of those little strainers in your sink to stop bits of food and stuff going down, because plumbing's expensive. If you've got to call out a plumber, it's going to cost you big time. Even if it's just a little thing that he's got to fix, it's going to be easily a couple of $100 at least. So trying to prevent those plumbing call outs is really, really helpful. Now you can do that in the bathroom sinks too. The other thing we have in the bath, shower and bathroom basin are little hair catchers, because Hannah has very long hair. My hair falls out. And so I got those off eBay. They were 5 for $2 or something like that with free postage. And they just pop over the drain and catch the hair or whatever as it goes to go down, get washed down the drain. So when we clean the bathroom, we just clean the hair catcher too. They are worth investing in as well, especially if you have long hair, because you'll know what it's like to clean hair out of the drain. Oh, Barb, that's a great idea. Then you don't have to bend. Barb's care worker uses a hard outdoor broom, so a stiff broom to clean the shower floor, because then you wouldn't have to bend. Perfect. Freshen up a sofa. I would use the essential oil mist around it, or spray some onto a cloth and wipe over it. Now, it will depend on whether it's fabric or microsuede or leather, of course. Don't use it. Don't go crazy on a conspicuous area if you're going to do it. Try it on the back or under one of the cushions or something first to make sure that you're not going to bleach the colour or make a mess of the fabric. But something like that would work really well. Otherwise, if it's leather, soap and water. Soap and water and a soft cloth. A little bit of elbow grease. And unfortunately, you can't buy elbow grease, but it's totally free. Everyone can get it. Diana, we found the hair catchers on eBay. eBay, yeah.
Because we had them at the salon.
And yeah, Hannah used them at the salon when she was hairdressing. And they are brilliant, and they're so inexpensive. So, yeah. Oh, Barb, there you go. The hard broom was Barb's idea. Good idea. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Back to my notes. Got a lot to say. Right. Oh, now, where do I buy all these things? Laundry soap comes from Coles. Cleaning aisle. It's usually down the bottom these days, which is a bit of a pain because, well, I suppose it's better than stretching, but either way. Borax, you can get from Coles, you can get from Woolworths, and Aldi have it as a special buy a couple of times a year. And when Aldi have it as a special buy, it's about half the price of Coles and Woolies, so it's well worth buying a couple of tubs, working out how often you're going to make washing powder or whatever, and buying a couple as you need them. Now, I'm going to get this backwards, aren't I? One of them comes in a white container with a pink lid, and one of them comes in a white container with a nice olivey green lid. One's called Bare Essentials, and one's called, can't remember, sorry folks, but they're about 500 gram tubs that you can get from Coles or Woolworths anytime in the cleaning aisle, and they will be at the end of the washing powders, fabric softeners type things as you go into the oven cleaners. It's usually just there, and it's either down the bottom or up the top, and you will find washing soda there too. Now, washing soda is known as electric soda or sodium carbonate, not to be mistaken with bicarb soda, not the same thing at all. So you can also get your electric soda in the cleaning aisle at Coles or Woolies. Tanya, if we get 100 comments from you, it won't matter. We'll love you anyway. Yep. Slime. Would you know, borax, look, there's a whole urban myth about borax. Yes, it is toxic, but so is everything, folks. Everything's toxic. Now, borax comes from boron, which is a mineral that occurs naturally in the soil. It's a naturally occurring mineral. So it's, you know, it's as natural as it's going to get. It is toxic. So you do need to use it with care. But then so is bicarb soda, so is eucalyptus oil, so is, you know, vinegar is an acid. It's all going to cause some sort of reaction if it's used the wrong way. So who was asking about pantry moths? A couple of weeks ago we were talking about pantry moths. If you have pantry moths or silverfish, cockroaches, icky things, I can cope with most things, but cockroaches do me. A Vegemite jar lid or a peanut butter jar lid or a jam jar lid with a couple of teaspoons of borax in it, pushed into the dark under the fridge or dark spot in the pantry or wherever they are, linen cupboard or wherever, will get rid of them for you. It is a really good pest control product. If you have dogs or crawling children that are going to get into those spots, then you'll need to block it off, but you would need to do that with whatever anyway. So use your common sense, and it's a great way to get rid of those nasty pests. Tanya uses metho and water in a spray bottle. My dad would have loved you, Tanya, because he just used methylated spirits for everything. Whatever it was, metho and water, clean the windows, clean paint, clean concrete, clean all sorts of things. He did everything with metho and water. And it's actually a really good window cleaner. It's an old-fashioned one, of course, but it's really good, again, because it evaporates so you don't get the streaks.
Anne wants to know how do you remove slime from clothes?
Slime, as in the kids' slime.
Yeah. Peanut butter?
Let it go hard and dry. Scrape it off as much as you can from the reverse side. So turn it from the inside, the other side of the stain. Drizzle it with some vinegar and put it on so it's soaked. Sit it on a sponge or something so it won't evaporate. Let it sit for a while, and it should go mushy and irky, and then you should be able to scrape it off and then rinse it with running water through it. So put it under the tap and let the water run through it. That should lift it and get it out. If you've got a stain, you'll need stain removing soap. If you haven't made my stain removing soap, then Exit soap or Sard, something like that, should lift the stain for you. Yeah. Okay. How to get rid of mice, cats. Oh, pardon?
Won't let me have a cat.
I won't let you have a cat. We've had cats. Mice are hard to get rid of. There is no easy way to get rid of them. Clean everything. Keep absolutely everything in sealed containers. Don't leave food scraps out. Make sure the rubbish goes into the bin every night or every morning. Don't leave anything out. You can get throw packs from Bunnings, which are sort of, I don't know, envelope size packs of something. I get Wayne to toss those into our ceiling a couple of times a year. We have a neighbour who's not very good at front yard's fine, backyard's a disaster. So twice a year they just get someone in to actually slash the backyard. And of course, when they do that, all the critters that have been living happily in the jungle that is there move to the east into our place. So I hate them. We haven't had them for a long time, have we? Because we're pretty strict on putting things away, keeping things out, getting the throwdown packs into the ceiling. Any holes that you have around pipes under bathroom sinks and things, block them up as best you can. Steel wool is the best thing. They won't eat through steel wool. So pack steel wool, and it's the cheapest option too. Otherwise, it's going to cost you a fortune to get a professional in to do it. So pack the holes with steel wool. You can use plant mint around your doorways and things. You can use cotton balls soaked in peppermint essence and put them where you think they might be. So behind the TV cabinet or the wherever you've seen them, toaster or whatever, under the cupboard, under the oven, wherever you've found them, you can use those. You'll have to change those out fairly often though. But the best part is, look, just try not, it sounds mean, but just don't be kind. Just get rid of them and move them on. So if you throw down packs and they're about $5.60 or something for 5, again, if you've got little children, you need to make sure that they're not able to get them, but otherwise you're stuck with old-fashioned mouse traps and peanut butter, and yuck, I can't do that. Okay. A wool wash. Okay. Glenna's, for woolens, like woolen jumpers, blankets, things like that, you know, that if you don't want to make the wool wash, and there's a recipe again on our website, on Cheapskates Club website, there's a recipe for wool wash, a moo wool wash. Good old shampoo, just cheap shampoo. So Aldi sell a $1.99 for a litre sort of thing. Choose your fragrance, squirt of shampoo in the water, and you know with woolens not to rub, so you just pop it in and squish it around, up and down, up and down, up and down, drain it, fill it up and let it rinse. That's as gentle as you're going to get. If it's good enough for your hair, it's going to be good enough for your woolen jumpers, and it leaves them smelling nice too. Otherwise, just make the wool wash off the website, which is Lux Flakes and methylated spirits, and I can't remember what else because I haven't made it for yonks, but the recipe's there, and it's very similar, I think, to the remember Martha Gardner, the older lady with the grey hair. What are you sniggering at?
Meryl just called you that.
The old lady, or Martha Gardner?
Martha Gardner. Because Margarita said you like Australia's Martha Stewart, and then she said Catherine's the new Martha Gardner. I have no idea who that
I've
is.
almost got the hair for Martha Gardner. Her hair was much whiter, wasn't it? And she was much more elegant than I am.
Mm.
But be quiet. You'd have a rude daughter like that. But it was very similar to that. And yes, you can still get Lux Flakes, really expensive, about $8 a box. But if you're doing a lot of woolens or big doonas and things, blankets and so forth, it might be worth considering. Otherwise, just cheap shampoo works really, really well for woolens. And I know it sounds odd, but it's all I use when I do our blankets off our beds and things. Okay.
Ian wants to know if it's peppermint essence or peppermint oil for the mice.
Peppermint oil, because it'll last longer, and if you're going to just spray it, then your peppermint essence will be fine. Just spray it around, but it will, it's the smell that puts them off, and I guess if they touch it, it'll be the burning from the peppermint. But so the oil obviously will hang around longer. It won't evaporate as quickly as the essence. But if you've got essence and you want to try it straight away, try that. And I would just use a $2 shop peppermint oil for this. I wouldn't be using a doTERRA or something like that, because they are just too expensive. I was going to say too expensive to waste. And they are, when the cheaper ones, because you're not using it on yourself or in your cooking or whatever, a cheaper one will be fine. Yep, Suzanne, Wayne likes the mouse trap with peanut butter, but seriously, and we've got those humane mouse traps, but then you're stuck with the poor little critter inside going mental trying to get out. Yeah.
Jess wants to know if you've got any tips for spring cleaning mattresses and washing machines.
Okay, mattresses, Jess, to spring clean your mattress, vacuum it. So use the brush attachment on your vacuum cleaner. If you don't have a brush attachment to your vacuum cleaner, then use the banister brush and the dustpan. Brush it really well. If you think it's a bit whiffy and it really needs a clean, sprinkle it, do like a floor thing, sprinkle it with bicarbonate. Now, just lightly, don't bury it in the stuff, just sprinkle it. Use a soft cloth to rub it in, use a circle, rub it in, let it sit for a while, and then you can vacuum that up. Flip it over and repeat, and that should freshen it. Now, if you have stains, you know, if it's one of the children's mattresses and they've had an accident and there's a stain or something, then white vinegar. If it's urine, it's white vinegar and hot water, and sponge it. Now you're going to sponge and dry, sponge and dry. So you'll need a wet cloth and a dry towel because you don't want to soak the mattress. It will take too long to dry. You just want to clean it as best you can. And that will work for kids' beds that when they've had a little accident. And then if you can, this works better for cot mattresses, obviously, than single beds or whatever, but pop it out in the sunshine for a while and let it, on a really hot day, it says, as we're going into winter, but on a really hot day, pop it out in the sun and let the sun work its magic. Because honestly, the best sterilizer we could have for our belongings is the sun. Put it in the sun, let it dry in the sun, let the sun work its magic.
And washing machine?
And for the washing machine, okay, now I do a regular post of it's time to clean the dishwasher, it's time to clean the washing machine. Washing machine, modern washing machines will tell you when they need to be cleaned. Older washing machines don't have that feature. So after every wash, I don't do it every load, but every day, when I finish the washing each day, I pull the agitator out and clean the lint filter. Give it a wash. Now it gets really slimy if you leave it, and it's disgusting. So just under hot water, give it a rinse. Don't use fabric softeners. Best thing I can tell you is not to use fabric softeners because they just clag everything up and cause slime. So you don't want to do that. And then every month or so, about 2 cups of vinegar and run it through a hot cycle, and that will help to clean it. Then you will have to obviously get a cloth and wipe around the top of the drum, around if you've got a front loader, around the door seal and things like that, but that should keep it in tip-top condition. But yeah, first of every month I do it's time to clean the washing machine, it's time to clean the dishwasher, and you'll find those on the website too. So if you go to the Cheapskates Club website and type in clean washing machine or clean dishwasher, that'll come up as well. But it doesn't take long, and it's the only time my machine gets used on a hot cycle. So yeah, okay, now spiders. Ooh, okay. Yes, see, Maureen uses cheap shampoo for washing wool too. Yes, it works, doesn't it? It's really worth it. Okay. Right. Meryl uses them for lingerie. Yes, perfect. It sounds weird to be using shampoo for laundry, but it's gentle. As I said, if it's going to be gentle enough to use on your hair and your scalp, and then it will drip onto your skin and whatever, it's going to be gentle enough for your delicates. So don't be afraid to use it. And the best part is, every now and then you get a shampoo that you just can't stand for whatever reason. It smells funny, or you're sick of it, or you picked it up in a motel as a freebie. They are perfect to use. You have a use for them then, and you don't have to worry about paying out extra for something that you don't really need, because you've already got something that will do the job. And isn't that what we're all about? Not, ditching the things that aren't important so that we've got the money to enjoy the things that are. That comes into it as well. Thank you, Tanya. Maureen was buying a shoe cleaning. This was costing a fortune. He ran out with leaves, noodles, brand. I clean my white Skechers with toothpaste, because when I was growing up, Mum always cleaned our white shoes with toothpaste. So I just get toothpaste on the cloth, wipe it over, and then wipe it off with a wet cloth. It's done. but I use Miracle Spray on the boys' runners. I toss them, I squirt them, toss them in the washing machine, put them through a cycle, and yes, it does sound a bit clunky, clunk, 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 for a few minutes when the spin's on, but it works. It does really well. Miracle Spray is really good too. My husband is a tradie. He's a locksmith by trade, and you wouldn't think that a locksmith would get dirty. He gets filthy because he's crawling around on the ground on cars. He's working in lift shafts on lifts. He's kneeling on the ground to open doors and work on locks and things. So he comes home covered in grot from the ground, and he's got grease from chains and things, and he'll have graphite from working on the locks. Graphite is so difficult to remove. Miracle Spray, let it sit for a few minutes, toss his work clothes into the machine. They come out like new. I love Miracle Spray. Okay. Karen T, how's Mum? Hanging in there. She's more asleep than awake at the moment, but hanging in there. She's still not eating. She hasn't eaten anything for a couple of weeks now, but she's drinking, and doctor says as long as she's drinking, she will hang on. So we take it one day at a time. Okay, thanks, Barb. See you later. Sleep tight. Oh, piano keys.
Didn't have a piano.
Not anymore.
We didn't have a piano. It was an organ.
I used to have a piano before you were born. I had a beautiful piano. Then I had kids and it had to go. I would never have thought to I was going to say I would never have thought to put toothpaste on the piano keys. And thanks, Narelle, because that was my next question. Very interesting. No, what we used to clean them. This used to just wipe them over with a damp cloth.
What's ivory?
Imitation ivory. Okay, so all right now, sorry guys, where do you buy all this stuff? Because we've talked about all the things that we have. So the laundry soap comes from Coles. Borax, you will get it Woolworths or Coles or Aldi when they have it. You can try a hardware store, should have borax. Your bicarb soda, you can buy at the supermarket. It's going to be really expensive. If you have a Costco membership, you can get it at Costco in big 5 kilo bags for, wasn't very much, was it?
$20?
No, it was not much at all. Very inexpensive from Costco.
$12.
But, was it?
Okay.
But if you've got a couple of friends that you want to share it with, go to a pool shop or to Clark Rubber and ask for pH buffer. And that's the bicarb that they use in saltwater pools. I think it goes in saltwater pools. But you will have to be prepared to buy a 20 kilo bucket of it. Or sometimes it's a bucket, sometimes it's a bag. So that's why I said you might want to share it with some friends, and it works out to about $1 a kilo. It's very inexpensive if you can buy it like that, and it is called pH buffer. Same thing is bicarb soda, it's just not food grade. You can do that. Thank you, Diana. Hindustan. Thanks, Marie. Anne. 5 kilos of bicarb, $12 at Hindustan. There you go. Not too bad. What's that? $2.40 a kilo. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. Did the math in my head and it worked. So that's really good. 5 kilos should easily last you a year, because you don't need to use a lot. None of these things require a whole lot to be used. I'm getting the over there. Next thing she'll be going like this at me. You don't need to use a lot. You just need to use a little. A little goes a long way. And it's much easier to add a little more if you think you need it than to use too much and have to, like the lady that used the super strength shower cleaner, spend a week cleaning the bubbles out of your shower. A little. a little goes a long way. Now, there is, I've been told there was some controversy over whether or not Aldi was stocking eucalyptus oil anymore. So apparently, yes, they are stocking eucalyptus and tea tree oil and lavender, the three, tea tree, lavender, eucalyptus oil, but they have gone up in price. So check your prices. Again, for eucalyptus oil, Bazistos, when it's on sale, is usually the cheapest, but shop around for it. Washing soda, I buy in a 5 kilo bucket from Aurora Cleaning in Dandenong. They have a website and it's Aurora Cleaning Supplies. They've been around for donkey's years. It's not terribly expensive, lasts a long time. Washing soda can be used for all sorts of things. Soaking your feet if you've had a hard day. It's a good degreaser. So if you've got greasy things that need to be cleaned, washing soda is the thing to use for them. And I guess I don't mind buying it from them. They're a small business and I'm helping to keep them in business, which I'd much rather do than support a big multinational that's not going to support me, sort of thing. Otherwise, shop around for it. One other thing that is handy to have but not essential is citric acid. And that's really good for cleaning your toilet, for cleaning kettles. It's really good for lifting the hard water stains. So if you live in a hard water area or you have ring around the toilet or whatever, sprinkle it with citric acid, let it sit overnight, give it a scrub and flush, and it should clean it off. You can add a teaspoon of citric acid to your kettle, fill it up, boil it, let it sit till it goes cold, pour it out, and that should clean the scale off your kettle too. So again, you can buy citric acid in the baking aisle of your supermarket, but it's quite expensive to do it like that. Look at your health food store. You can get bigger packets for slightly less. And I'm not sure if Hindustan does citric acid or not. They do.
Says we can do it. I think 5 kilo bags are around the same price too.
Oh, cool. There you go. See, I like Hindustan. And Hindustan and Aurora almost, not too far apart from each other. So it's quite good to go. Okay. Oh, Glennis does, your ironing must smell, you iron, you're my hero, but your ironing must smell divine. Then my mum used to make a spray, a lavender ironing spray, and use it on hankies and pillow slips. Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Bath bombs. Oh, there you go. There you go. You've got the ingredients for bath bombs as well as to keep your house clean. Now she's using both arms. So, all right. So I covered everything, folks. We all know how we can keep our houses clean. We don't need a floor cleaner, a bath cleaner, a bench cleaner, a wall cleaner, a sink cleaner, a drain cleaner, a fridge cleaner, toilets, tiles. We don't need all those things. They cost too much. Sorry, Floss, one last thing made me think about the fridge thing. I just looked at it there. If you're going to clean your fridge out, do it the old-fashioned way. Wipe it out with a soapy cloth, dry it, and then wipe it down with a cloth sprinkled with vanilla essence and get that vanilla-y smell. And then buy the smallest box of bicarb, poke some holes in the top, and sit that at the back of your fridge as a deodorizer. That'll keep your fridge clean and sweet smelling, because fridges can smell awful. Even if they are spotlessly clean, they can still smell awful. So for that, and just remember on bin night or whenever you're restocking your fridge, to wipe it out and freshen it up with some vanilla first. It works a treat. Okay. Night, Glennis. All right. So there we go. So around $20 a year, $25 a year, depends where you shop, how you shop, how much you use. But remember, you don't need to use a lot of any of these things. All the recipes for all these cleaning things are on the Cheapskates Club website, so you will find them there. Just type in what you're looking for and it will pop up. And you can make them away to your heart's content. I've got videos for Miracle Spray and washing powder if you're not sure about those two things. I don't need to do a video for the super strength shower cleaner, really. It's equal parts vinegar and dishwashing detergent. That's pretty basic and easy. I think most people will get that. So there we go. They're really easy to do. Oh, sorry, Flop. No, she's rolling eyes at me. Sorry. One last thing. The Coles ugly fruit. What's it called? Coles ugly. We were talking about it. They've got the ugly fruit they're selling, as well as the Woolies have had the ugly fruit thing for a while. Coles have now introduced the blemished fruit. So apples might have spots on them or lumps on them, or the carrots might be an odd shape or whatever. And they're trying to sell them off as cheaper produce. So next time you're in Coles, if you shop at Coles, have a look and perhaps choose the ugly fruit, because seriously, fruit and veg aren't meant to be perfect. What I grow in my garden isn't perfect. It's not supposed to be. Nature, nothing's uniform in nature. It's all different. So if you get a chance to save some money on some fruit and veg, and I think the difference in Pink Lady apples was about $2 a kilo at the moment. So that's a huge difference. Go right ahead and try it. And I'd love to know what you think about it, because I personally don't have a problem with ugly fruit and veg, especially if it's peeled. It doesn't really matter, does it? Okay. It is a great idea, Julie. Odd bunch. Thanks. I knew it was something. Thanks, Anne. Beautiful. All right. So, ladies, Thursday night, 7:30. I'll be here. Hannah might be here. She might not be here. We'll see. Whatever.
Thursday night.
What's on Thursday night? Jam. There you go.
One jar.
Single jar jams. We're going to do, and I've got some coffee syrups. People ask about flavored coffees. I get a lot of requests for, you know, the sachets and things. So it's good. It's good. And we're coming into hot chocolate season, so we might even do the hot chocolate drink mix too, because our jar's empty. We need hot chocolate. Okay, so there you go. I'll be back on Thursday. Thank you all so much for joining us. Remember, there's a thumb down there that I should point up. If you could click the up thumb, that would be really nice. Feel free to share the link to the video. If you've got any more comments, let me know. Got any more questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, I'll see you on Thursday. All right, bye.